Well, I basically wanted to talk about the sort of need to be authentic and being on sport of the right or being non-establishment. I think is a more appropriate characterization. It's sort of it's if you are sort of raised in a you know the liberal urban monoculture or the liberal post world order or whatever it is you have it there's this sort of idea that you should move to a small town and start a farm and wear a cowboy hat and all the rest of it. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I am saying that even if you can do that, and sometimes it's very expensive too because you don't necessarily have employment in that area or you don't have opportunities to meet people in those communities are sort of a little insular and closed off, which is to a degree why you want them in the first place. For a lot of people, it's just not authentic. And being authentic is really one of the things that it's really hard to argue against if you're actually being honest, if you're being, the sort of about immigration and all these other issues, the relations men and women. Men have pursued, and a lot of women, but mostly men, have pursued the truth, and that's their best defense against criticism. It's the truth, and people can lie about it, but ultimately, if you're not making shit up, if you're trying to defend yourself honestly by being authentic, then it's harder to come at you. I'm not saying it's impossible. It obviously isn't, but it's harder. If your intentions are in a way good or in a way they're authentically your intentions and they're not grifting, it's harder to come at you. But in order to have those intentions and to have that mindset, you kind of have to be authentically who you are, which means if you're kind of raised in a shitlib environment, a lot of the things you're gonna like are be shitlib, and you can't really help that. I like Nirvana. I like grunge music. I like certain things, like certain sports that are, not necessarily the most conservative sports out there. And like, yeah, maybe I should like golf. Maybe I should even play golf. I don't like golf though. I just don't like it. I wasn't raised on golf. I don't hate country music, but it's not me. It's not me to wear a cowboy hat, really. I'm not a cowboy. I was not raised country. It's an ill-fitting suit. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but other than that, it's like, Dave Green made this point. It's cringe when right-wingers try to wear the cowboy hat when they're not cowboys. It looks bad. And it's almost a catch-22 because the things you like, the things you grew up on, Steven Spielberg movies and such, they're bad for you, but you like them because you grew up on them. And where's the third way? Where's the third way? Between, well, you don't want to go back to your nostalgic shitlib upbringing, but you want to maintain being authentic and actually doing the things you like or enjoy, because that's what an authentic person does, at least when they have the opportunity to do that. But you don't want to wear the cowboy hat, not because you wouldn't like to be the kind of person that would wear the cowboy hat, but just because it doesn't fit you. So I'm kind of searching for that third way, and I don't know what it is.